I'm going to pull some cards for the collective to see what the energy of the day is. So let's get into it after I get my camera straight here. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective today? What is the energy of today for the collective's highest and best good and no harm to anyone? Looks like you're gonna have some choices in front of you and some decisions to make. I'll show you why in a minute. Oh, thank you. All right, one more, please. Like I said, Seven of Cups, you're going to have some choices to make. But look before you leap. Think about it first. Weigh out the options. You want to make sure you make the right decision here. Because out of all the options, that could determine what path you go on. And it could end up to be a good one. Or it could end up being one that's more challenging. It's all about seeing through the illusions, looking for your purpose, and being open to the opportunities, but using your discernment before you jump and make fast or rash decisions. Yeah. The next card I got is the Six of Cups in reverse. And I think this choice you are making is about you finding your own independence. It's about you breaking free of something that you may be holding on to that's kind of nostalgic. But at the same time, it's got you, the thing you're holding on to could have you living in that past kind of, or like I said, holding on to it, tying yourself to that past. But in order to get to these new opportunities and these new possible places you could go, because there's the possibilities, we just got to clear the smoke and mirrors of what this is. Don't cling to the past. If something's meant to be left, you leave it. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but it's about you moving forward and moving on and finding your independence, finding yourself again, and, breaking out of that, wishing for the past, that nostalgia shit, that if it's an ex, they're an ex for a reason. If it's a job, it could be toxic. So whatever it is you're holding on to from the past, try to start moving on from that as you make these decisions. Next card I got is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. What is it that you need to work on? Yeah, I feel like this thing has got you distracted, this thing from the past that you're clinging on to, that you're holding on to, the nostalgia of it. Maybe you're thinking about the good stuff that happened, but things aren't working out. And it's time to move on, but you're having a hard time making those decisions. But if it's not giving you any kind of reward or any kind of return, like if you're putting on all the work and you're not seeing anything back from it, if it's a relationship, if someone else isn't giving back to help this thing grow, then what's the point? And I feel like this is keeping you distracted from your opportunities and making the choice that you need to make. You got to clear that brain fog. Thank you, Spirit. What else is the focus of this? Oh, thank you. There's too many there. Let's try that again. They're throwing cards at me tonight. Okay, we'll go with that. So underneath the Seven of Cups, I think you're afraid to make this choice because you're afraid of the failure, or you might be afraid of your own success. I think you're scared because I think you're afraid to move on and make these choices and become independent again, because I think you're afraid you're not going to succeed. I think you're afraid you might fail on your own, or you might end up not having enough money and resources or things to pull in together, because, you know, this is kind of like in the upright, the family, the house, the home, all the things that you would be having, money, security, all that. But because you'll be separating and finding your independence, it can be scary. And I think you're afraid that if you leave, you're going to lose that security. You're going to lose that feeling of, well, yeah, you know, two people together can do a lot more than one. If this is a relationship, could just be something that you're facing and you're just afraid of your own success. You're afraid that you might fail. You're afraid that, you know, things won't work out. But stop thinking of the lack mindset. Do the thing. Just go for it. Yeah, so under the Six of Cups, with you trying to find your independence and move forward, we have the Four of Wands. This is you, that thing from the past you're holding on to, this is you having the conflict with those people or this thing. It's not serving your highest and best good. I mean, it could still mean personal celebration. I think once you break away from this, not right now. I think right now it's all about like this thing you're trying to leave behind, but you're kind of holding on to because, you know, there's no support there. There's no communication there. Things aren't working out. It's not meshing. And then underneath the Seven of, do we have two sevens on here? Yeah, there's 7 is significant. Underneath the Seven of Pentacles, I have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, see, I think once you step into your personal power, your own leadership, your own business, whatever this thing of independence is for you, I think you'll be okay. You're afraid, like, I think you're just afraid of your own success here, because what you're holding on to, like I said, isn't helping you get anywhere, really. There's no return on that investment, so to speak, but there will be if you move on and step into your power and become independent. So what are you scared of? There's growth, there's security, there's finances, there's confidence here. You just have to be disciplined to do it. Part of the advice card is don't let your emotions get to you in this. Take emotions out of it, especially when you're making this choice under the Seven of Cups, under the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Cut through the shit. Don't let the emotions get the best of you.